We have been serving cider to the public for the last 4 years, but the idea started many years before that. It actually started decades ago. It started when I was a teenager and I inherited an apple orchard on Shuswap Lake. But it wasn't until about 10 years ago, with 2 young children, that, and I wanted to do something that was really more home-based, that the idea of actually turning a sort of cider hobby into a business really came up. And yeah, one thing led to another until about 8 years ago we purchased this farm. It was sheep pasture at the time, and the first job we had to do was plant 1,000 apple trees. In terms of the process of cider making and the tradition behind it, the world has a number of different traditions, and what we like to do here though is look at some of the really interesting traditions that say took place in the United States as well as the UK and in France. One of the things that distinguishes us is that we are truly an artisan cider making company. We grow our own apples, everything is hand pressed, and it's made very similar to how you might make a white wine. We use champagne yeasts, no chemicals added. It's really just about apples.
We have over 50 different varieties of apples. They're mostly French and British heritage cider apple varieties, with a few North American varieties that are good for cider as well. Well, there's always something that needs to be done in the orchard. We start our pruning in the winter months when the trees are dormant to make sure they grow the way that we want them to grow in the summer months. Then in the summer, like now, we have to tend to the orchard to keep the other vegetation down so it doesn't compete with the trees. We have to make sure the trees are getting enough water when it's hot and sunny like this. Then in the fall, if all goes well, we have a crop of apples that we pick. We pick any time from the end of August until the end of October, depending on the variety of the apple. And then we take all the apples up to the cider house and put them through a mill and crush them, and then press that for the juice, and then we ferment the juice into apple cider. We're trying to get back to a traditional time of cider making when it was hand pressed, which we still do here, using traditional cider apples, which are hard to find because most of the apple market in North America right now is geared towards dessert apples that people use to eat or to bake their apple pies. So we have the apples here to make the kind of cider that used to be made back in the olden days.
We like to think that there is a cider for everyone, and we also like to surprise people with our ciders. So we make ciders from very dry to very sweet, from still to sparkling. They're all certified organic, and I think that's one of the really special things about what we do. We have some ciders that we have year-round for our customers, and then other ciders that are only seasonal. We only produced a small batch of them, and they might only be available for a few short weeks. Everyone is welcome here, and we have a number of non-alcoholic options here. So for example, we produce our own sparkling apple juice. We also do teas. We blend teas with different things that we grow here at the farm, like nettle and mint and lavender. So there's lots to choose from. You don't have to drink cider, but that's what we're known for. I'm motivated because I get to work in a beautiful place in the world with fantastic people, and I'm making a product that people enjoy.